I have been a journaler since, well, let's see. I always liked journals and I bought several when I was in high school or college. I never really filled them out. I just had empty journals laying around the house because it seemed like a good idea and it seemed like a very romantic thing to do. Then, after I divorced my second husband, it was quite traumatic, and my counselor suggested that I journal about it. So I started journaling, and actually, those journals proved to be very handy when it came to the hearing and the trial for him. And so I've been a journaler since then, and I just I just feel so strongly about communicating in the written word. Now, a lot of people journal on the computer. I do not. I journal here in a journal, and this is actually one of this is actually one of our journals. This is an Adironnda Journal. You can see it's got the embossed logo, that heart, Adironnda Radiant Heart pendant on it. And as I was thinking about what I would like to share with you, as I was journaling this morning, the energy came through in a form of kind of guided writing, and I just kind of like took dictation and wrote it down. And this is what I wrote. Why should you journal? First of all, you never have to read it again. So it sort of gets the energy out of your body, out of your cells that you would like to expel, that you would like to get rid of, because you never have to read your journals again. Although sometimes something profound very often happens. You might say something profound or write something profound that you may not remember afterwards, and you might want to communicate about that. And if they're written down, it's easier to find them again. If you're troubled about something or there's something that's traumatic that has happened in your life, I find if you journal about it, you write it down, again, it sort of gets it out of the cells of your body. In your journal, you can laugh, you can cry, you can vent, you can tell that person off, you can express whatever, you can tell that person how much you love them, you could express whatever you want to in your journal, and then when you close it, that energy is closed up with the journal. So also in Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way, if you've never done Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way, I recommend it. It explains the morning pages, which is to write 3 pages in the morning. They say the first thing, I have to have coffee first. So she says the first thing, I still have to have coffee first. And I journal. I actually work it into my daily practice of meditation, and then I journal right after that. And many times when I do that, the energy goes into a guided writing, or some would call an automatic writing. Journaling just helps you see what is necessary to see in blue and white or black and white, or whatever color you choose to journal in. A lot of people journal in a variety of colors so they can see the different energies that they like. I personally like pens, and I like paper, and I like journals. So that's why we actually created this journal. We actually have a different color of journal, little different style of journal that we give out at our retreats now. And so the only place you can get those journals is at our retreat. But this one is one of our journals, and they're really quite beautiful. They're kind of a leatherette, a hard finish, but there's several things that make this one a little different. First of all, the lines are not too big and are not too small, and so they're just the right for my handwriting. It has a pocket in the back, so if you want to store secrets or little notes that you come up with or something like that, you can tuck them away in there and have them know where they are. It also has the Adironnda symbol embossed on it, or embossed, or it's kind of sunken in. I don't know what that's called. And which is really always a great symbol to have around. As you see, I have it behind me. I'm wearing it. I have it on my journals. Um, it's an interdimensional symbol that really feels good whenever you see it. It also is cobalt blue. The ones that we have are cobalt blue, and cobalt blue is the first ray of light out of the 49 rays of light, which is the will of God or the will of Source. So metaphorically, you're writing in the will of Source. Why journal at all? It's kind of like getting the trash out, taking the trash out. You take the trash out once a week. I journal once a day to just kind of clear my thoughts and clear my energy. You don't even have to journal at a regular time, and you don't have to be profound. I used to think when I was, in college, that when I wrote in a journal, as I started several, I thought, well, I have to write something really profound. I actually took, in one of my English courses in college, I took a course that said that we had to journal every day and we had to turn our journals in. Not that the teacher read our journals, but that we had to have accountability. And he would take them one day and put them in a box and, excuse me, then he would give them back to us the next day. So we obviously couldn't have a chance to read them. And he said that when you journal, don't worry about spelling, don't worry about punctuation, don't worry about if you make a mistake, to scratch it all out, just draw a line through it, and just write. That the very act of writing helps clarify the energy and sometimes the chaos of our mind. And it really does. Sometimes I'm a better journaler than other times. And sometimes I can look at the dates and think, oh, golly, I haven't journaled for a month. Well, instead of thinking, oh, I'm no good, very bad person, I just say, okay, cool. So I'm going to start it up again. And I've actually tried to make a commitment to journal every day for 75 days and see how that changes things. And it has. It's like I don't always journal 3 pages. And sometimes I journal 5 pages. Sometimes I journal 1 page. And sometimes it's just like, well, yesterday this happened and I went to the store and I found a little table at the secondhand store, and I went to the grocery store and I ran into somebody from church at the grocery store, and it, top of mind blither, right? And then sometimes I start writing and it comes in with, you should write a journal. I ran across a thought yesterday when I was out and about, and it said something about being playful helps your stamina, helps your personal stamina. And I'm like, being playful helps my personal stamina? Well, I started journaling about that and got a whole cavalcade of information about it, which I will probably turn that into a workshop or a weekly message or something about one of my talks. Anyway, I've talked too long now. This is our journal. These are the energy that you can get, and you get a cool handy dandy pen that has Adironnda Company on it. It may not be looking like this, but it will be an Adironnda pen, and the journals all have a ribbon so you can mark your place or tear it here, and you can close it, and they've got a rubber band to keep it closed, and they're all uniform, so the Virgo mind wants them all to be the same size. So I have Virgo rising, or a Virgo moon, I guess. And so it wants them all to be the same size on the bookshelf. So there you go. That's what we have for journaling today. Namaste, y'all. Namaste.